Alright, so this is my first Dungeons and Dragons video blog. Let's talk about probably what was the best session Dungeons and Dragons I have ever run as a budding dungeon master. I've only been in the game for since 2 weeks before 4th edition came out. So, Brax of Brenron and Bruticus, the human warlord, have been descending into the dungeon that is Keep on the Shadowfell. I've been running Keep on the Shadowfell for my friend Brendan, who's playing Brax of Brenron, and it's been really a learning experience because it's a group-focused system. They built it into a team. They're trying to support the cooperativeness of the game, but it's hard when you have one character. So I gave them two characters who are a defender and a leader, and it turns into a slugfest, I would say. So I was ready to switch out from 4th edition because of the slugfestness of it. I threw in a wizard and 2 little halfling thieves. I ripped out of the monster manual, and I had too much control over the game. I was railroading him right into fucking hell. So, ready to switch out. And what compelled me to stay was the fact that I didn't know if I would have been ready to get used to this big book of rules. This is a whole system though. I downloaded it off. It's a good fucking system. Basic fantasy role-playing game. Yeah, basicfantasy.org or something. So I was gonna run that, but I had a session planned for Saturday morning-ish. It ended up around noon, 3 o'clock, but I couldn't get a feel for the rules in time enough, even though it was simple as hell. So I stuck with 4th, and I'm glad I did because we had a lot of fucking fun, and I finally feel I handed the reins over to Brax of Brenron and Bruticus, the human warlord, and the focus is no longer on the fucking wizard and the 2 halfling thieves. The halflings are fun role-playing for me as a DM, I guess, because they're fucking Frodo and Bilbo and shit, So I was running basically, they were his party, Brax of Brenron, Bruticus the human warlord, and now a warlock because the slugfest was a slugfest. So now I got the 2 halfling thieves. They're spamming the fuck out of twin strike. I gotta bring down their attack bonus. Oh, wrong language. Their attack bonus basically, and the warlock's shooting off fucking lasers and shit, and they're just spamming twin strike, which is helping speed up combat because that gives me more time to build the world, build the creepiness, build the storyline, and bring some of the focus away from combat because slugfests aren't fun. We had fucking sessions going on 5-6 hours. Not that long, but it wasn't fun. And we actually ran a session in about 2 hours. We had some cool we had combat, we fought some zombies, and we had some good exploration. Basically, it worked out well. I'm starting to hand the reins over to him. I'm no longer railroading the shit out of him. I was basically running this part of the dungeon where there's all these runes and shit, and it's kind of like a twisty maze. I don't know if you can get that in good resolution, basically. There's runes on the floor, and it's pitch black, and I want to go with the darkness. And there's just some stairs going down. So I took this, and I basically rebuilt the whole thing in InDesign. It's a layout program. I took InDesign, created this whole map, made it a bit more maze-like. I threw in the runes, and then the stairs I broke in half. So basically, he opens this door and he descends into darkness, and he's got a torch now, and he can barely see, and he looks down 12 steps, and he sees that the stairs abruptly end, and he doesn't know what the fuck's going on. So instead of creeping up as I expected him to, he just decided to throw a torch down. So he whips the torch, I think, down the steps a little, and then he sees oh, the stairs actually broke there. Ancient centuries gravity ripped them to the ground. So he carefully then looked closer, and he saw it's only about a 15-foot drop, but there is still some falling damage. I don't have fucking stats here. So basically the two leaders, Brax of Brenron and Bruticus, cautiously they examined their obstacles. It was around 15-foot drop, not too bad. Still enough drop to cause some damage. They decided it'd be no problem for them, hold a rope. There is a big fucking warlord and a dwarf. Just to hold a rope and, get the fucking halflings just spider on down that. And the wizard, he's a dwarf too, but he's a wizard, so he spent most of his time hanging out in the library. He's not boof. So basically they let the first halfling comes down, easily. The fucking second halfling, he fails his climb check. He fucking falls and gets the fucking wind knocked right the fuck out of him. So then I don't think the warlock had any trouble getting down, but I think either Brax or Bruticus got a little slip as they were hanging down to drop the 15 feet and got like 2 damage, one of them. But we had to waste a healing surge on one of the halflings, so that was alright. But so he's following this blood trail. He follows it around a corner. I'm describing everything. He's like, okay, now there's a hallway going to your left, and you see like there's a cavern somewhere, and it just drops down into pitch black. I don't know. I like the darkness, but he keeps following the blood trail. He sees one of the runes. He doesn't know what it is yet, and he just sees suddenly, okay, the body's been picked up, and there's a cavern again, like the floor just caved in, and someone's tossed the body down the cavern. I could tell he was freaked out a little, like, whoa, that's fucking crazy. Like,